Me again. Still February 5th in my Subaru. So last video I left off with me coming upon the accident. At this point in my Colorado experience, I've been extorted, conspired against, burglarized. My VA healthcare has been denied by employees by the simple fact that I just can't trust an organization that's going to allow this to continue. Now, if they cleaned it up right away, that's a different story, but they're trying to dirty me, and I'll get to that in a minute, because the VA committed some federal crimes. Okay? The more you push back, the more these people have to commit crimes. If you're an honest person, that's the only way they can put you in jeopardy. The fact that I'm sitting in my car is not that I didn't try to resolve this matter. There is no reason why the state of Colorado, when I started this case, couldn't give me what I wanted. I'm totally vettable. They know who I am. I mean, what is it? You know, just power? Well, that's when they have to commit crimes, even in the government. These employees have to go beyond what they're allowed to do. And that's what happened with the VA. Now, I had already filed the federal case by then. And, you know, so I was dealing with the anxiety, and I was asking, you know, for them to give me some treatment, you know, before, you know, before I came upon her death. And, you know, they were supposed to give me private care, and I wasn't getting it. And so I had to deal with my anxiety the best way I could. I mean, I don't have a home anymore for me to, you know, I do have situations where I need to isolate myself, because I just get in my head and I have to work things out, you know, and it has nothing to do with anybody else. And if I had a mate, it would have nothing to, because I'm just straight up, you know. If I had a mate, I just tell her, listen, this is the way I'm thinking. You know, I'm not an unreasonable man, right? The fact that I just don't want my manhood disrespected. I don't care how much money a woman has. I'd love to have as much help from a woman as she wants to give me, but I only need two things from a woman, and that's love and affection. That's what I want. I don't want any power play with money. If I was the richest man in the world and I fell in love with a woman, I don't care what she had, okay? Because I'm a good judgment of character. It just make it a lot harder, because you'll be having all kinds of very classy women coming at you, you know? So it's much harder in a situation like that. I suppose. I'm not in that situation. Jeez. But anyway, so I'm not getting the care that I need. And I came upon the scene with Jen. And prior to that, I already had the complaint on the sexual harassment and the non-compliance with my rights to health care. They can't do that. And it's just these local people in Alamosa that were doing it. What you have to understand is I'm in Castile County, but from my property to the seat of Castile County is like, I don't know, like, what is it, 50, 60 miles, something like that? I don't recall exactly, but that's where most of the population is. So most of the people I come across are in Alamosa County, because that's where the Walmart is and the store is. You know, it's about 2 miles of stuff, you know, stores and services that a person would need, right? And that's it. So those are the people that I engage with, and that's where the 2 federal agencies were, and that's where these people are employed, and that's where I met Jen, okay? And these people are connected. There's a lot of crime going on through that area, And again, it's part of the case. Like, I'm not going to get into what, but, you know, listen, I only know what, I got 2 cops that testified to me that I put in my case. One from Castile County and one that's a Blanca cop that used to be a Castile County cop. Now, it's up to them to stand up for what they told me. Now, if they're going to make up a different story, there's nothing I can do about that. You know? But I can prove what I'm saying. So, for me to lie about something, I didn't come to Colorado to start nothing with nobody, man. I wanted to be left alone. And if I could find a woman that wanted to actually know who I was and wanted to love me, that's what I need. Everything else is easy peasy, baby. You know, I mean, really, you know, I need you to get here with me. That's all. What's so hard about it? That takes time. You know, it ain't, I mean, I ain't going to wait that long. I'm just saying, you know, you give me a little affection, you know, come on over to me. You know, look at me. Don't look away. I mean, you know, and respect my manhood. I don't care how rich you are. You know, but that ain't gonna, that, you know, I'm not gonna run under your skirt, honey. You're not gonna take me on a leash. There's plenty of guys like that, I'm sure, for you. So anyways, it took me about 3 minutes to realize what I had seen, and I had to call somebody on the phone because I didn't have a person in the VA to talk to. They're not giving me care. So I had to call on what's available. You know, you can figure it out for yourself. And, oh, I guess the trash man is back, but that's okay. I'm going to continue. Anyways, hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. It's hard to get the light right with my glasses in the car because the sun's coming up, you know, from behind a bit. But anyways, it's probably about the best look I can get right now. So it took about 3 minutes. I called somebody on the phone because I was very distressed. And, you know, recently I went back and I listened to the video when I was sitting in the car on that phone call. And let me tell you something. I've never been more broken up in my life. And, you know, some people might not understand that, seeing how really we didn't really have that much going on. But, I mean, she was an innocent person. And I cared a lot about wanting to get to know her. And in some ways, that's worse when you don't have the opportunity to get to know somebody. And they're just taken away like that. It's a tragedy. It's not about me. It's about her. I mean, an innocent soul like that. And I don't know how that all developed. And that's why I added that to the case. You know? Now, it may very well be that the VA gets sued separately. But anyways, it's in the case. I needed to report it to the court because they need to investigate this. Anyways. So, by the next day, I just couldn't handle it. I needed some help. I needed to sit down and talk to somebody face to face. It was just too much for me, you know, and I called them up, the VA, the woman that was supposed to get me care. And I told her, listen, I need to talk to somebody. This is overwhelming for me. You know, I'm having a very hard time with this. And so she tells me to go over to the emergency room. Okay? So now I go over there and I tell the people what happened. And I told them that, you know, I'm just, you know, very upset about the situation, but I'm not going to hurt myself or anything. And if that's what you think I'm going to say for me to stay here and to talk to somebody, then I'll just sit out in the lobby and wait until morning, and then I'll get out of here, you know, and go get my car. Well, they called somebody at the VA, and the VA told them to put me on a hold because I told them that if something happened to her, that I was going to shoot up the VA. I mean, can you believe this? This is the extent to where the VA is going to go. But at that moment, I knew for sure it was her. Because they were trying to defend themselves. I mean, I tried everything I could to try to make myself believe it wasn't. I mean, if you don't want to believe something, you know, you could try really hard. But you're not. You're never gonna, it's never gonna happen that way. So, they locked me up 72 hours based on that bullshit story that somebody over at the VA said. That's a federal offense. Okay? It's all on my case. Also, trying to falsify records is an offense. Because if they're going to make claims on me, they're going to have to prove it. And I don't know who these people are. They never talk to me. Right? They can't just come out of the blue and say that I'm this or I'm that in like 4 minutes. What's that, like malpractice? You be the judge. You look at my videos. Do I sound like somebody that's going to come to Colorado and make up this whole damn story? I mean, that's just absurd. It's ridiculous. But this is what these people reduce themselves to win. They go into the absurd. Okay? That's what they have to do because they're absurd. It's very hard to defeat me. I'm on plan B right now, and I might have to go on plan C. I mean, I'm already spending money on a place. If I had the opportunity to meet some eligible women, which I don't have because of COVID, you know, I don't have much of an opportunity. And the women I'm coming across are not necessarily available unless, you know, they want to play peekaboo with me. And listen, I need more than that, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know? So I'd rather be putting my money into a situation like that. Right? But can't seem to work it out. I'm just, I guess, too complicated for people. I don't know. And excuse me, all somebody got to do is just come on over and just show me some love, baby. That's it. I mean, what's so hard about that? You got nothing to be afraid of. This, you know, if you're skittish with me, there ain't no way I'm going to do squat. You come over and touch me, baby, and you give me the go, and we're going. Right? That's just one-on-one. But around here, it's a bit different. And not having access to other women, you know, it's very difficult. So I might have to go to plan C, right? That's not a good plan. That's the bottom of the bucket plan. That's the survival plan. Anyways, this guy is really blasting some tunes at the moment, so I'm going to end this piece.